Good morning, everybody. Orin J here with another War of the Visions video, and it is not dark and early on Wednesday morning. The extended maintenance took the patch release into the part of the day where I was gone until the afternoon. It is now the afternoon. I am now going to make my patch review video. However, this is going to be a very different type of patch review video. This patch today is a big one, right? It's the first patch since the global producer newsletter where they announced the merger of the two timeline of the games. You can see right here that Hiroki talks a lot about it. He released a video, and I want to highlight one part of this message in particular, and it's this right here. The road to the worldwide version. The aim is to make sure that all players can continue to fully enjoy the game during the period running into late September. We all want to make the run up to the worldwide version as exciting as possible for players. And it was very important to me that they said that, because we are taking a lot of time of releases of things like that and crunching it into about a 2-month window. People were rightfully concerned that if there was something they wanted, whether it was Final Fantasy V, which the release got pushed all the way up to this week, that they were not going to have time to build up Visior in game. Maybe it's Roth that they wanted, and she's going to probably be coming out early now. There's a lot of trepidation out there about this announcement, but with being acknowledged in the notes, I was like, okay, they're probably going to hook us up with some things under this road to the worldwide version. And when I cover this patch today, I'm going to cover it in two parts. I'm going to talk about part one. I'm going to mention some of the good things about this patch. There are some good things about this patch. I will cover those, but my list of things that I have a bit of a problem with about this patch, or at least a list of things that are not making people feel better about this run up to the worldwide version, that's going to be the longer part of this video. It's going to be the second part of this video. So if you want to see that, just stay tuned. The good part, let me tell you where they overperformed. I believe that in the road to the worldwide event itself, where we were given these summon tickets, they overperformed. Let me show you why. First of all, I have a lot of these. I was scared to see how many of these I had. 1647. I have seen people with more. That is a lot, though. We can now do up to 100 summons. I'm going to do 10 real quick. And I want to show you why whoever was in charge of this, that this thing is better than I thought it would be. Personally, I was worried that I would receive no value from this, and that a lot of longtime players who have most everything in the standard pool would receive very little out of this. Because if all this was a tin pull with standard tickets, let me show you what I would have just gotten. I would have just gotten a whole bunch of units that I have no need for. However, when I hit an MR, there's no MR guaranteed here or anything like that, and I knew that would be the case, but it gives soul medals, and then most importantly, it gives stars. I was I said in a video that I really doubted that this would give soul stars and vision stars. That is a huge win for us. Whether your pulls are massively lucky or massively unlucky, and any of the URs you get, if you get some, are ones you already had, you are getting free shards here with these stars. Whoever made that choice, I think you made a great choice, and that is the kind of thing that the global community is going to be looking for as the tenseness, as the worry builds towards this build up towards the timeline merger. Like, get us there in a positive way. This was a step towards that direction. I'm going to do the rest of those polls during my live stream later today. So if you want to check, if you're checking this video out right after it releases, this is like the polls I'm going to be doing today. Other than that, Bartz is free right here, and he's free as a part of a 10 poll. So not only is he free, you're going to get some other things along with him. That's actually better than him being just a handout in your prize box. Okay, that's slightly better than we expected. But at this point, my positive review of this patch kind of comes to an end. The Final Fantasy V collaboration is a mainline Final Fantasy collab. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I feel like every single time before we've gotten a mainline Final Fantasy collab, especially for the first time, there have been special deals, celebrations. There's been a lot to be happy about, and people that were looking forward to that collaboration logged in, and it was like, hey, here's some special packs, here's some free shards, here's all of this stuff to kind of get you going. And this is where the game fell short today, and I'm disappointed. Now, we have a saying at the elementary school that I work at that is life-changing if you can actually live by it. And that saying is assume positive intent. I think you guys who watch this channel, guys and gals, there's some gals out there, I was using generic guys, whatever, assume positive intent when I say guys. There. Anyway, if you can live by that, if when something happens, you assume the intent of the person was positive, or at least assume the intent of the person was not to harm you, you will just be able to live a happier life for yourself. So I'm going to assume positive intent a few times here and try to constructively criticize what I think is wrong with this patch in the hopes that it is either one, a bug, which I think at least two of the things are technical issues. I'm not sure if bug is the right word to use, but there's some very suspicious, like technical issue looking things here that I wish, if they were just addressed in the notices. However, we do have a track record with this game and the development team being sometimes slow to acknowledge things that everybody knows exist. So do I expect it would have just been nice if they got out in front of the timeline thing with an announcement? If these things I'm pointing out are bugs, or if they are things that are not meant to be this way, put it in the announcement. Somebody say something and make us feel like, all right, at least you've heard us. Now, let me go through my list here. First, I want to talk about the daily 10 shards. Now, normally, when we get a new unit, a new vision card, a new anything, forever now, since they got rid of the Gill summons, we could go to the shop and there are Vizier shards. I call them free shards, but right here next to the unit, and the vision card, we could buy 4 Gill shards every day, especially for units like the free units right here. This was a big stepping stone on completing that unit because it got you closer to finishing the bingo boards. The bingo boards propelled you closer to getting to you needing mind spheres instead of other things. So those are a big deal. And when the Gill summon went away, where this used to be, if you're a brand new player, instead of the shards being here, they used to be in the summon screen down at the bottom next to the free summon every day, next to all the way down here. There used to be Gill summons. In those, you could occasionally get like 11 or 12 shards, but I didn't mind those going away. It was kind of annoying and I would forget to go do them sometimes. Moving those shards to the shop, I thought was a positive quality of life upgrade for me. However, them going away completely is a massive miss. Here's my thought on this. I think that they did not mean to take those away. I think the intent was to give us what JP had, which is Gill summons again. JP, I believe, someone who plays on JP, tell me I'm wrong here, but from what I've heard today, JP is still using the Gill summons. This patch took an extra 5 hours to get out. In my mind, there was a lot of people scrambling to get this thing released as quickly as possible. They were hyping it up on social media. I think this patch was rushed and this was just left out. Like, that's me assuming positive intent right there, that the Gill shards going away was a mistake. That is an important part of this game. It is an important part of building characters, and it's not something that should be taken out of the game, in my opinion. So there's my thought on that one. That's why I think it's not there. I'm going to just give them the nod. I think they were meant to go here. I think since they couldn't just copy and paste the code for some reason, hey, there's a track record of like when things go wrong, a lot of extended maintenance, server downtime, and some things taking a few patch cycles to get ironed out. So tell me about it. If I'm right, I hope to see something about that in the notices soon. Okay, back to the list. Yeah, there's mission rewards. So in the past, there was 250 Vizier from the hard missions or the brutal missions. You know, when you completed the multiplayer missions and the new brutal quests, there was 250 Vizier worth of rewards in the missions tab. I don't even really cover this anymore because it's just always been there. Taking that away, that's 250 Viz less for the players this week. That's a mistake, in my opinion. Don't do it. Like, that's not hurting your bottom line. It's not hurting your bottom line. It just feels bad to take that away. I think that's a miss. Okay, next up, login shards for the free units. Now, our login bonus this week, let's take a look at it. This is something I would typically cover in the details or whatever option. Wait, where's the log? There it is. Login bonuses. So once again, this is an easy thing for me to miss because it's just always been there. But here's our login bonuses this week. We got Lena shards times 40 and 20 mind spheres. But notice no Bartz shards on here. It feels like they are trying to squeeze some Vizier out of the free 100 cost unit. This one could be intentional with him being a 100 cost unit. Maybe the thought was, well, we think people will build him, and so we need to squeeze some more Vizier out of the game. I don't care if that's what you were thinking. It's not a great look. People would have spent Vizier to build this guy, but I think you're turning some people off by not including some shards for him on the login bonus. So I think that one was a miss. I don't think that one was a bug. That's just something I would like to see put back into the game. Very easy to do. Next week, just say, hey, we meant for it to be there. It's in your gift box now. Poof. We already know. And then once again, here's my assuming positive intent. In the Hiroki and Justin stream from last night, that Justin talked about it specifically, that I think Bartz was supposed to be in here, but with the reordering of everything, they weren't for some reason able to even put him in here. It's like when they were moving it forward, they somehow just forgot that Bartz was like free in the game. They were able to add the banner in, but maybe the rest of what he was supposed to be here is just left out. This patch just feels really off to me because so many of these little things are different. That's why I just like something about this just screams technical problems. Okay. Collab unit shards in the exchange shop. One thing you guys know I do every patch is I go into the Mog shop and I look at what we can exchange for. So let's look. Here's the event metal shop. Well, first of all, let's look here. Here's your Lena pity if you have to pity her. Here's where you can trade summon stuff for shards. Here's your vision card shards if you need those, like always. But in here, there is almost always some shards for collaboration units. Maybe not every single time, and certainly not with like regular units in the game. Like when a new story character is released, there is rarely shards for them in here, but a mainline Final Fantasy collaboration is a celebration, and this one is starting early and during the time that you said you were trying to ease the minds of players. Removing shards from the event shop does not ease the minds of players. This just looks, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. Okay, continuing. Collab, oh, it's the special. Okay, here's my biggest one. Let me tell you about the one that I noticed first. So I'm sitting in, I was in a car dealership today because my car had to go in and get worked on. I'm sitting in that dealership. The patch had gone live and I was able to look at the game for the first time. One of the first places I go, as somebody who spent a lot of money in this game, per the number of tickets I have free from today, the special shop is something I look forward to updating. Now, most weeks, the special shop stays the same, unless something special is happening. Oh, I don't know, like a Final Fantasy V collaboration for the first time. Note that the special shop has no Final Fantasy V things in it. There's just not. They're not here. Normally, we get Visior Pack H. Sometimes, on a rare occasion, we get Visior Pack F and H. Normally, there is like a Final Fantasy V new player pack or something like that, sort of like this starter pack right here, where it has armor pots, burst pots. I usually buy these things. I was planning on buying this one this week to take advantage of the login bonus, or buy it next week, depending on like what login bonus I was trying to build up. Either way, that's $8 you're going to get from me for this one, and it's another $8 you were going to get from me if there was a Final Fantasy V one. The value of this pack is insane, and when I review this is something that I recommend to people. So that's not here. And then all of the other ones, there's usually just a lot of special packs for the collaborations that are not in here. And now, once again, let's go look at the notices. We already know that there are problems with implementing things in the special shop. What did it say? That the currencies weren't loading right, or something like that. Like something is going on with the special shop. Like, it is so surprising to me that they wouldn't, like, I get from a business standpoint, I think it's incorrect. I get cutting back the amount of free stuff if your thought process is, if we take away more free stuff, we'll make money. I disagree with that. I think the more goodwill you build amongst the community will encourage them to spend money in your game, especially if you get somebody where they only need 200 more Bartz shards. Hey, the odds of them dropping some of their Visior to finish that off seem pretty high to me. If they need all of them, that's a big ask. That's a big ask. And so I think you get a lot less players there. But the idea of leaving stuff out of the game that directly makes you money, that's got to be a mistake. It's got to be a mistake, because I know every spender, everybody who spends money in this game, if there is Visior Pack H, if there is Visior Pack F, that is the thing that is bought that day. In fact, developers, let me drop a little knowledge ball on you right here. Visior Pack F is your best weapon in this game. Visior Pack F is not enough Visior to trigger the whale purchase bonus. Well, I clicked on the wrong thing. Visior Pack F is not enough Visior to trigger this whale purchase bonus. So if you're somebody like me, who, if Visior Pack F comes out, I'm going to buy it, that either means I will have to buy more stuff on that day to trigger this, or instead of buying something for $1 on one of the days, I will buy that for $8 on one of the days that I'm only going to spend $1. It just makes you money. It just makes you money. Now, I know they probably have people looking at numbers who, for some reason or another, must disagree with me, but I feel like I have... Let me just make a grandiose statement right here. I feel like of all people who play War of the Visions, I might have one of the best pulses on the community of anyone who plays this game. Period. Like, full stop. I don't think that I think I have a better pulse on the community than a lot of the people sitting in the development room. I'm not saying I could make a better game. I love War of the Visions. I just think that I could help them make some money. And that is the goal of my video today. Like, I want everybody to understand, I made this list of things because these are problems that I see. I love War of the Visions. I have played this game for over 3 years. Well, I played it since launch. We're about to have, I played this game for a really long time. That's what I'm saying. March. So yeah, over 3 years, whatever. My mind is everywhere. I've played this game since day one. I love this game. I love collecting the units. I love building teams. I love everything about it. I want the game to succeed. That's what I'm trying to get out of my mouth right here. And I know that games that don't make money will go away. I understand that War of the Visions is a service-based game. I understand that someday we will get end of service. It happens to every game. It happens to every game. And personally, I will regret none of the spending I've done because I have enjoyed my time here so much. I just don't want that time to end yet. And I know that this is a stressful time for the global community with all of the things we are about to get. And so my thought here is, development team, if you are watching this video, and I know some people do watch my videos, just get out in front of this. It is perfect. Like, most of us are reasonable human beings. Most players of this game are not the loud people crying and raging on social media. Those people exist. Trust me, I know those people exist too, because if I say the wrong word in a video, those same people rage at me. Ignore those idiots, but listen to the reasonable folks out there who are telling you that this is probably not the direction you wanted to go, especially if your goal was to ease the minds of the members of the community. My mind is less eased today. Whoever was in charge of the upgrade to the 3rd anniversary campaign that decided we would get Mog medals and soul stars with all those pull tickets, that person made a good choice. Whoever was in charge of taking away that list of stuff that I just listed that's not here, that person made the wrong choice, in my opinion. I want this game to succeed. If you are watching this video and you are a fan of this game and also want this game to succeed, do this. Let me tell you how to help make this happen. Submit support tickets to the development team. Tell them what you don't like about this patch, or just anytime you think something needs to be changed. Do it through the official channels. Making all capital letters raging remarks on the internet or on my Discord server or on any other Discord server is not the way. Like, if you act like a child, you will be disregarded like a child. But as an adult, as somebody with money, you have the weapon in your hand. Your wallet is the weapon. And you guys know I'm not here trying to tell any adult person what to do with their money. When I make these videos, I'm just telling you what I think is a good deal, what I think is a bad deal. And today, instead of talking to the fans of this game, part of this video was definitely talking to the development team, because I have such a good pulse. Like, I feel like, even though I don't tell people what to buy, I do feel like I guide some purchasing choices. You're an adult. Now look, some people have been telling me today that I should spend no money in this game until they fix that. Look, if you said that to me, be quiet. I'm a grown man and so are you. And so just I'll spend my money how I want. I will say that this, you want to know one reason why I don't tell people not to spend money today? Because there's nothing to buy. There's nothing to buy anyway. So I was waiting for some special stuff to buy. I'm still going to be waiting on that special stuff to buy personally. Like I said, my hope is that a lot of this was because this patch went sideways this morning, and many of the things they planned to implement weren't there. And then maybe they said, well, we'll just sit back and take a look on it. Or maybe because the early morning for us is the middle of the night JP, they just don't know how much of like a miss this was. So I would not expect any changes tomorrow. If you're expecting changes like today or tomorrow, that'd be beautiful. If they like fixed this patch tomorrow, oh my gosh, that'd be amazing. I would not expect that to happen. I would hope that by the next patch, we get some kind of announcement, some kind of compensation, something like that. That's my thoughts on this patch, guys. Hey, continue to play the game, continue to enjoy the game. If you don't feel like spending, don't spend. If you do feel like spending, spend. Hey, y'all make your own choices, okay? But I think I've said enough. This video is now 20 minutes long. That's been my magic number for videos this week so far. I need to get this edited and posted so I can go live. If you have anything you'd like to say and you want to catch me while I'm still live, I'm probably live right now on YouTube and Twitch. So come check it out. I'll see y'all there. Peace.